Hey y'all, good morning. This is your man Sabir Aleem, and welcome to another episode of Side Spot. Thanks for tuning in this morning. How's the weather, man? Where some of you guys at? I'm in Florida, man. We get in the 60s, man. We start whining and complaining and putting on sweaters. Hell, I done already turned on the heat, but you got some places, man, that are 10, 15 below, 30, 20. I'm from Philly, man, so I can't. I can't. I like literally cringe at the thought of going back to that cold weather. And it's a possibility I might have to go back into it, but we'll see what he's got in store for me. But it's cold. In a lot of places, it's cold here at night. So we bump in the heat. But for the last couple of days, we've been talking about conflict and confrontation. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how many of you caught last night's show because I had to move this show to 4 o'clock yesterday evening due to some unforeseen circumstances. I thought I would miss today and have to schedule later for it because of an appointment. But here I be, and here you are too. Hey, listen. So, what's happening? Who we got here? Let me put my glass. I'm trying to clean my glasses here. But anywho, yeah, we've been talking about this whole conflict and confrontation, man. Taking a look at yourself, right? Taking a look at why you find yourself in all these conflicts. Why you always argue with somebody? What are you arguing for, man? I mean, for real. Does this really make or break you? Does it change your life? Why do you invest so much of your energy? Because it's yours. You can do with it as you damn well please. Why do you keep putting your energy into these arguments with people who are going to always continue to be just the way they want to be? You don't have the power to change anybody. How many arguments have you had that have actually changed the condition of a circumstance? Think about it. Did you leave thinking anything different? Did you learn anything different from the person that you had the argument with? I mean, for real, was there any resolve to it? Did you just seek to win and see them lose? I mean, what happened? Did you lose? Did they win? Did it make the relationship better? No, you just argued. That's all you did. And every time you see that person, that's all you do is argue. Ah, there we go. STTV Sean, Mike Spinazzola. What's going on, Mike? Random person, Slick, Brand Mills 258. What's happening, Brand Mills? So you have to begin to look at all these conflicts and confrontations that you keep having with people. Has your life gotten better? Did that relationship get better? Are you still in that relationship? And when I mean in that relationship, I don't mean necessarily girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. Like, are we just cool? But the relationship is just a toxic one. Are you toxic? Because a lot of people want to call other people toxic when it's actually you who's toxic. You're still in this relationship. We still hanging out. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not hanging out with anybody who is toxic. If all you do is sit there the whole time we hanging out is complain, point fingers at other people, gossip, talk about other people, I don't want to be around you. I don't care if we did know each other since the age of 3. We're not doing this. We're not doing this because you bring bad energy to me. You bring bad energy, and I'm always seeking to, have good energy, my energy, right? I'm always looking for that reset button through the course of my day when I find myself going to the left when I need to go right. I pay attention to the signals. A slight headache means something is happening, and I have to look. Is it inside of me or is it outside of me? Most people want to look outside for the blame. They want to look outside. It's these damn kids. It's this woman. It's this man. It's these people. It's this job. It's not me. Have you eaten? How are you sleeping? Are you exercising? Are you taking some time out yourself? Are you taking time off? When's the last time you went to the doctor? Do you go to the doctor? Do you wait till you're sick? How's your oral hygiene? What are you eating? You have to look at all these things in a matter of seconds. In a matter of seconds, you have to do a quick self-evaluation to see exactly where you are. What's happening with you right now? Why do you feel this way? We don't do that. Listen, I try to have people around me, right? I don't try to have people around me, but, people who are around me, I want them to check me. I want them to make corrections. I want them to criticize. The main ones around me is my wife. So I need to have a person around me who helps me grow, who supports me in a number of ways. It's not just looking for financial support. I'm not looking for financial support. It's good to have. It's great to have, but you want to be able to take care of yourself. But like when I'm going through things, I need somebody to bounce something off of because my thoughts aren't always on point. They're not always correct. You have to look at those kinds of things. Joey Dorsey, what's happening? Fox MJJ, what's happening? Thanks for tuning in. Hoppy, what's happening? Dave, thanks for joining. So you have to look at all these things through the course of your day, man. What's happening with you? I'm not wasting energy arguing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No. And a lot of people do it. And a lot of times what happens is you take this into good relationships, right? Good relationships. You take this behavior right into good relationships. And then you keep saying, I can't find a good man. Because that's what this topic is about today, right? How to court a good man, what to do and what not to do. I'm a good man. I'm a good husband, but I'm a good man first, right? And I work at that. I work at maintaining myself as being a good man. And you have to sift through a lot of the bullshit in order for you to get to the point of understanding what this is going to look like. You can't court a good man like you do just some dude out on the street who you're just trying to hook up with. This is not a hookup. And if you're looking for a hookup, well, that's not a good man. Good man ain't looking for a hookup. A good man is looking for stability. A good man is looking for peace. A good man is looking for solitude, joy, not the chaos, not the old rah-rah stuff, not the head shakings, none of that. None of that. But for those of you who are unfamiliar with what a good man is, that's what you bring. And you think because you bring the other thing that that's going to keep a good man. No, it's not. It is not. It's too many out there. It's too many out there. Nolan Watts, good morning. Pepsi, what's happening? Odom, how you doing? When you start looking at what it means to have a good man, right, you have to ask yourself some questions. What really is a good man? You keep saying you want one. But what is a good man? What do you interpret to be a good man? Right? This is not the, you have to look at, this is not about materialism. If it's about materialism, keep it moving. Betty Tidwell, what's going on? J2, Henry, Robert Alston, what's happening? A good man is defined by you. I'm going to define for you a good man. Because you have to understand what a good man is. When you sit down and say, I'm looking for a good man, what does that mean? You have to be able to express that. You have to be able to articulate that. Yeah. And you have to make sure that you are clear on what a good man is. Don't define one, then find one, and have had none of the definitions, the characteristics of anything of one. My experience has been the one who says they're looking for a good man always end up with the wrong man. And you end up with what you project. You end up with what it is you're emulating, the energy you emulate. That's what you bring forth. You can be empathetic, caring, passionate, right? Inviting, spiritually inviting, not physically inviting, right? Because nobody cares about that anymore. They really don't. The superficial people are looking for, oh, I want this, and I want her to look like that, and she got to have this, and she got to have that, and he's got to. We go through all of those things. That ain't got nothing to do with being a good man or a good woman. So you might as well keep it moving. If you're superficial, it's not an attraction for me. I'm a good man. I'm married. But I'm a good man because that's what I am first. Before I'm dad, before I'm hubby, before I'm a good man first. So I work on being a good man. Right? So with me, I'm like, I'm the professional and I can turn that cap around. You follow me? But I don't rely upon your cap turned around mindset. I can go there. I'm going to protect you. You're going to be safe. Right? I know how to correct things. I'm a professional. Right? I know how to correct things. So you get best of both. But my experience has been throughout all of my years of life. It seems for some reason that the bad guy is always the one getting the goodies. The good guy is always getting the conversation, right? I carry your books home, right? Oh, he's so this and I just love him. But the dude that ain't about nothing, don't want to do nothing, that got to add the negative attitude, just always bringing the rah-rah stuff, that's always involved in the hoorah stuff. It's an attraction there. It's just something about you know. And he's the one that rolls up after I done walked you home, carried your books home, had great conversation with, and you tell me, I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Thank you. And he's the one that getting the goodies. It's always been that way. It's still that way today. And I just, I would just look and I just shake my head, right? I'm the good dude. I'm the best bet for you. But this is what you want. This is what you with. But when you're in pain, because he gonna tear you apart, when you're in pain, you want to talk to me, right? You're so smart. You're so intelligent. I just enjoy talking to you. Because see, I'm not chasing tail. Well, I would chase tail, but when I was younger, that's what you do when you're young. But I stopped chasing tail because I don't have to. Because I'm a good dude. Because I'm focusing on taking care of myself. I'm focusing on educating myself. I'm focusing on building myself up, right? To be that which I'm created as, in his image, in his likeness made. Understanding my foundation as being a spiritual foundation, not some religious holy roller, none of that. I don't even practice religion anymore. I just toss that away because I have a relationship with God today and always have. What I'm simply saying is that when you are focusing on being a good person, you have to understand and know what a good person is, not based on what people told you throughout the course of your life. A man is this, a man is that, a woman is this, a woman is that. Not that kind of stuff. Start looking into some real psychological stuff, right? And understanding your humanity. Because everything that most people outside of you is giving you is superficial stuff. It's what they think. And they're not being. Think about it. It's what they keep telling you, but it don't look the same. It doesn't feel the same. When you start being a human being, when you start being a woman, when you start being a man, it feels different. And it's not just feeling different in terms of you walking, chin up, chest out, right? Right, upright, standing upright. You start feeling differently. The room feels different when you walk in it. That's when you know you're being, right? Not because of what people tell you, because there's a whole lot of bad information going around. Many of our parents gave us bad information. Didn't mean they were bad parents. They took information from somebody else, regurgitated to you, and you practice it, and they made sure they reinforced that you have to do this and you have to, all these things. So knowing when you have encountered a good man is important. But you have to have in your mind, in your condition, a good woman and what that looks like. And what it means to be a good woman. And so often people think being fidelity is a good woman, right? I don't mess around. If I'm with you, I'm with you, right? But there's a whole nother part to that. You've made yourself an object. You've objectified yourself. But that's yours. That belongs to you anyway. You do with it as you damn well please. That ain't mine. Now, for real. So don't get it twisted. You can give it away to anybody you want to give it to. As many people as you want to give it to. It belongs to you. You violate our contract. You violate our agreement. I just move on. No big deal. That's not what this is about. And because you make it about that, first and foremost, that's your foundation being. So that means you give it when you want to, and you take it away when you want to. So that becomes a weapon. It becomes a tool in your relationship. I'm mad at you, so I ain't giving you none. Okay. What else you got? You can't have a conversation about why you're mad at me because you don't have the capacity to do that. You rather argue and fight and be bitter, right? Than, sit down and develop a shared response to the difficulty and resolve it. You take things away. That's what we do with children. We take children's privileges from them. We take their toys from them. We do that to children. You don't do that kind of stuff to a grown-ass man, to a grown woman. You don't do that kind of stuff. That's another part of the problem. That's another layer of problem in relationships. Like we think we're talking to children. I'm not your child. She's not your child. See, we haven't transitioned into adulthood because we're still being children in so many ways, and we don't want to accept that responsibility. Either we're going to solve it or we're not. And if we're not, then for me, that's a flag for what's going to happen in the future with you because you're not into problem solving. I need to move on. That's what a good man does. Because a good man, right, can be destroyed and ruined by a not so good woman. And we're not going to let that happen to ourselves. Not too many times. We learn after a while. It took me a minute, Yeah, it took me a minute to stop killing myself. Yeah, it took me a minute. Took a few marriages. Now I'm on the last one. Save the best for last is what they say. Right? But I learned through each one of those marriages of what to accept and what not to accept. What to expect and what not to expect. Because that's really what it falls into. So let's go to the articles from the Good Men Project website. Good Men Project. Yeah. The conversation no one else is having. And I don't, it's just amazing how men don't get the support that we deserve. Like we always bashed, constantly bashed, right? It's always about a good woman, a good woman, a good woman, a good woman. Right? It's good men out there. It's brothers out there who've been good dudes, who've been, straight. Ain't about the whole, running around with this one and that one and this one and that one, right? But because the mindset of men has always been getting a bad deal, right? It's always we the hoes. No, we ain't the only hoes on the block, right? Let's be clear on that, right? It's good dudes out there who are working their behinds off to maintain a good relationship. And we keep getting this old rah-rah stuff. Because you don't want to get yourself together. See, when you base the foundation of your existence on that thing between your legs and you think that you can whip it, you can't whip everybody. And that's all you are. That's all you become. Because you haven't established a foundation with a go-to source of God. And I'm not talking about no holy rollers. I'm talking about understanding that if you and I are together, that if we need a solution, that the first thing you probably want to do is pray on it before you open your mouth and act off of your unresolved. You understand? So you have to look at those things first. You have to look at what you're bringing to the table. You're always trying to look at what you bringing to the table. You got a job, you got this, you got that. Maybe I do and maybe I don't. What's that got to do with you? What are you bringing to the table? What are you bringing to the table? Can you put a sentence together? Let's start there. Can you have a conversation without using a whole bunch of profanity? Can you save the attitude? I didn't do it to you. Are you doing something about that? Do you want to do something about that? What are you doing about that? It's a problem. Oh, it's not a problem to you? Okay. Hey, listen, nice talking to you. Move on. It's really that simple. So the article, How to Court a Good Man, What to Do and What Not to Do. Wilbert, Fillmore, what's going on? Ant Kings, KMSP, what's happening? So the article, like I said, is on the Good Men Project. It's a nice website, man. It's a lot of good information on there. So if you're looking to begin to head in the direction of shaking off the boy and becoming a good man, it's probably a place you want to go to learn some things about what the good man should be doing to be good. There are millions of good men out there, millions. A good man, as the saying goes, is hard to find. Well, not really. There are millions of good men out there, millions. Good men whose intentions are honorable. Good men whose behavior towards women is kind and respectful. Good men who appreciate love and value commitment. Good men who hew to a code of morality and decent conduct in their personal and professional lives. Right? And I told you that about me. Right? Good men who don't need to be bad boys to prove themselves. That era is over. I did that. Right? Good men. And these good men are not hiding. They're everywhere in plain sight. The young cashier at the supermarket who asks how your day is going. The guy jogging along the bike path who smiles as you pass by. The weary commuter coming home on the late evening train with a bunch of flowers on the empty seat next to him. Some of these good men are already taken, but many are not. Many are available and looking for a good partner, a person who shares their values, appreciates their efforts, and treats them with respect. Right? Respect is love, first and foremost, for good men. Right? Because when you say love, it has to begin with respect. For me and many other good men, that's a sign of love. You send a little emojis and stuff and text messages, it's cute. It's not love. Me saying to you, I love you, and you saying me too or you too is not love. I love you too is a different statement than you too or me too. Right? After some time, but initially establishing a foundation with a good man, you got to pay attention to what you're saying. No, it's not an expectation that you talk this way or that way, but you have to understand my love language and stop trying to force me to accept your love language. You understand that? So respect is on the top of the list for good men. I don't want the attitude. I don't want your unresolved. I don't want none of that stuff. Right? If you are in pain emotionally, right? Say that and go on, because I'm not coming to heal you. And I say that repeatedly because there's a misconception that the man's job is to heal the woman. No, you can't heal anybody, first of all, that don't want to be healed. Second of all, if you need healing, go get counseling. Don't bring that to me and expect me to take it because you failed to do what you're supposed to do. So don't bring that. Appreciation. Thank you. Nuts. Can I at least get 2 burgers? Or can I get some scrimp with that? What? Excuse me, can you bring me some more sugar? I don't care if we in McDonald's, right? That's not an appreciative person. I value how I treat people. I value how I talk to people. We're talking about you courting a good man. Because I'm not just going to sit back and just like co-sign your stuff and watch you do these kind of things in my presence. Because that's not how I treat people. Because it says here who have shared values. I don't share that value that you have. So therefore, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. See, when we're out together, we're emitting energy. When I'm out and about, I stand upright. I walk with authority, not with arrogance, not with any cockiness. I walk with authority because I know who I am. I'm authentic. If I'm sensitive about a subject, you're going to see that sensitivity. I'm like, yeah, oh, that's all right. Yeah, that's nice. No, yeah, that's what's up, man. Hey, man, y'all keep that up, man. Good. Hey. Oh, ain't cute. Oh, look at the baby. That's me. I'm authentic, man. I'm not that dude who's trying to be that dude that, that good man that is supposed to be a man, but he's not expressive. He can't express himself. And, well, I'm not that dude for you because you don't want an expressive man. You want a man who just locks that stuff up on the inside, and then every now and then he snaps out and like start breaking up shit and hitting people and all that kind of stuff. And that's the kind. It's not a good man. Good man has emotional intelligence. Good man ain't gonna accept just anything. Shared values is so important. Right? Don't tell me you're a believer in God and then you doing all this asinine stuff. I don't want to be using that word a lot. Just pick, I don't know, just keep popping up. But you doing things that are just not ethical. You're doing a lot of immoral things, right? Like somebody sitting around gossiping. That's dangerous. Do you know how dangerous gossip is? You just idly sitting back and just talking about people. Calling people outside of their names, judging their character, like you really above all of that, right? But you sit there and I don't do that. Nah, that's not good energy for me. But your gossiping will eventually fall upon the ears of the wrong people. And it draws attention to you, negative attention. No, we can't. No, because I don't do that. I don't draw that kind of attention. I don't do that. If I have something to say to you, I'm gonna say it to you. If I have something to say about you, depending on the circumstance, I'm just gonna say it. But to sit around and gossip, nah. Gossip is dangerous. You understand? So let's go back to the article. What to do? It's a list of 5 attributes and behaviors a good man looks for in his partner. So if you're looking for a good man, right? All right, and this is for the good man intender, the good man intended, listen, right? If you want to be a good man, these are things that you have to expect from people, and stop accepting just anything. Stop falling for the Jedi mind trick and going back for the ones who aren't deserving of you, bro. You a good dude? Stand on some stuff. So it's for the dudes who are trying to be good dudes, who want to be good dudes, who don't have role models of good dudes, who keep being told you a good dude and then you treat me like this. I'm doing something wrong here. So this is also for those good dudes who want to be good dudes, and not just the women out there who want a good man. You got to do some things different. First thing, honesty. This is the absolute deal breaker for a good man. He doesn't need to know all your secrets, at least not at the beginning of your relationship. But there's no greater turnoff than his catching you in a lie about something a few weeks or a few months into your relationship. We all have dirty laundry, all of us. Things that we did in our past that we regret. Dysfunctional family members, financial issues, and it's crucial to be truthful about these from the start. A good man is unlikely to ask too many probing questions or interrogate his potential partners because he wants to see you in your best light. But if he does ask, or if you're hiding something for fear he won't want you if you disclose it to him, you're much better off getting in the open and clearing the air before your relationship progresses. Good men are genuine, willing to be vulnerable and open to intimacy with someone they trust. But if you make them feel duped, they'll turn and walk away. Listen, like I said here, everybody has a past. I get that. But sometimes there's things that you're embarrassed about, may say that he may walk away from you with. You have to take that risk sometimes. Because somewhere along the line, if you guys stay together, it's going to come up. And you can't always use the excuse, well, I didn't want to lose you, so I didn't say anything. I didn't think it was important. That's the last thing you want to say. I didn't think it was important. Well, we're here now because it's important, right? So honesty is of the utmost. It's of the utmost. Shorty Doo-Wop, 31. Welcome back. Real Crier family, Angel Villanueva. Sorry, couldn't see it. Jay, Tashi. So you have to understand that there's some things that you're going to have to disclose initially. Like one of the things that I asked my wife was like, when we met, like, okay, so is there anyone in the workplace that you previously dated that I needed to know about? Because we worked in the same place. People get slick with their mouth sometimes and just want to start gossiping. Remember, I just told you about gossiping. They want to start gossiping and talking about this, and you're like, cool, well, but we together now. So, it ain't happening now, but you wanted to know that, right? And she asked me the same, right? And who's attracted to you, your woman beforehand. You know what I'm saying? You hear all the little things, but then you want to know. So did you ever hit that? Right? Did y'all ever have? And you say no. Then 6-7 months into it, old girl over there, they may have went out a time or two, and she thought that was like big deal. Like, oh, I used to date him. Oh, you with him now? Dudes do the same thing. Yo, y'all hooked up now, huh? Yeah, we went out a few times, Get you thinking about, you play a player, so I know how you ride it. Oh, you hit it. right? So, people do, stupid stuff like that. So, you want to clear that air if you're asked a question, because you can't blindside people with some stuff. There's some stuff you needed to say up front. We go to the supermarket every day. You always going to register number 3 where dude is, the slick tick talking dude and all that. You always over there. Y'all always geeky, kick. Like, what's up with that? And you didn't tell me that, it's like it's funny. I'm saying this. So I go to ABC's around the corner from us, and I get my cigars there, get my liquor from there, whatnot. So one day my wife had gone in there, and it's a sister who works there, and she's been there for some years. She's a manager. So whenever I needed anything, particular liquor or something like that, particular cigars, I always holler at her. Holidays come, and I would give her a bottle, or a birthday or something like that, something, whatever the case was. So my wife, I'm going to look for something else. She gets in my wife's ear. But one day she said, "Oh, he still owes me that drink too," and I'm looking like I just bypassed it, like, okay, But she said she got in my wife's ear about some stuff, and he still did this, like giving the impression that like. Because, she's thicker, or my wife is thick, and I guess she figured, well, damn, nigga ain't never hit me. You know what I'm saying? He never come at me. But she wanted to make it seem otherwise. And I'm like, right? So that's one of them situations where that person thought something else, thought it was okay to tell my woman that, right? Like, why would you? But that's what people do, right? So I'm like, listen, but she said she's still waiting on that drink. I mean, she ain't never got it. She never got it for a reason, right? But the fact that I had to explain that kind of stuff, because people do that kind of stuff to give, that's just mankind, man. That envy, greed, jealousy, stuff like that, right? But had it been a situation like that where it actually was, right, it would have been ugly. Because, like, oh, what the? If I was that kind of person, like, yo, why would you? But for what? For what? Because it definitely go left. Because you thought that was okay. That's what people do. But if it had been something that actually transpired and it happened that way, that would have been on me to not have said that. I'm taking it in there and not saying, like, yo, I used to. Right? So it's just some things that you can't, like, if we frequent a place and somebody in there used to, and just say, we used to date, we used to get it, and whatever the case was, that's over. Make sure you end the conversation with, that's over. That's been over. Right? So honesty is important. Deserving something is different from feeling entitled to it. Right? Deserving means he knows his own worth. That's important to understand. Number 2 on that list, respect. It's not just that a good man likes to be respected. It's that he knows he deserves it. Deserving something is different from feeling entitled to it. Deserving means he knows his own worth. If he keeps a tidy house or apartment and doesn't like dishes left on the table or laundry thrown on the floor, don't make fun of his habits. Respect the way he treats his home. Respect the way he treats his home, right? If he has activities he values that aren't your cup of tea, don't mock him for his, for interests that may seem odd to you. And if he draws a boundary around his time, his money, his family, or his degree of emotional involvement with you, respect it. Common wisdom says that women test men all the time, but men test women or any potential partner too. in their own way. A good man doesn't want someone who's stepping into his life so that person can walk all over him, right? And I'm that guy. I'm the neat person. I'm the one who likes to keep things tidy. I'm the one who doesn't want to wait till people getting ready to come over, start running around and cleaning this up and cleaning that up and throwing stuff here and under here and all that. Oh no, because then afterwards I got to go back in and I don't like it. I don't, you know. And my wife respects that. I just, I just do my little complaining and whine, and then I pick stuff up, and I don't just sit there and wait for someone. I get it, like, yo, can y'all just like, I ain't Benson, like, help me out, right? Don't say it hurtfully and understand, and I'll be doing the stuff. I'll be picking it up. A lot of mornings I come down, I got to fold up our little throw blankets and stuff like that, and irritates the hell out of me. But I'm irritated less because got a kind of rhythm going on, of getting it done. But I said that respect is love. I think respect should have been up there first, because you need to approach me with respect, right? You need to talk to me respectfully, right? Seriously, you can't come with the slick. No. I ain't doing none of that, right? I'm not doing none of that. Don't. So respect is important because, right? A lot of times, women will violate. Gary said, women will violate your boundaries, right? It's as a test, and it's like it doesn't make sense at all. But they'll violate your boundaries. You'll state what your boundary is, and they'll violate it just to see how far they could go. And I had a woman tell me that years ago. About the marriage I was in at the time, because it was a sister I used to just talk to about things in general. We used to talk about things in general. And she was saying how, because I'm so accommodating, she said that, women will take advantage of that. She said women will take advantage of that. And this wasn't me talking to another woman about my marriage while I was married. We were like separated for a minute. But we were just talking, and she's told me that. She said women will take advantage of that. The article supports that. And if you are a real woman, right, you should know that about yourself. You should know why you're doing what you're doing. You should know that test is often one that you fail at, because I'm one of those emotionally intelligent dudes. I'm very perceptive. I observe everything that people do around me, right? And I know that that's a test, and I'll challenge it. And the question then becomes, how do you respond to the challenge, knowing that's what you're doing? You got caught. So what, are you testing me now? You want to see how far you can go with it? Now I'm the aggressive one. Now I'm the problem. You see how that goes? So it goes back to honesty and respect. That's why they're the first two. Because now you want to question me because I checked you on, because I caught you in what it is that you were doing. I know what you were doing. You were testing me. You want to see how far you could go with it. Right? Don't do that. You want a good man, you're going to do what it is you do. You know what I'm saying? Know that when you're checked on it, because we test each other. They said men and women do it, right? Don't do it. And if you do, be honest about it. Hey, yeah, I wanted to see, what you were made of, and so on and so forth. And, I apologize, for offending you. Not if I offended you, for offending you. A good man craves your attention, your genuine interest in his personal and professional life, your focus on him, and your eagerness to learn more about who he is and how he got to be that way. So there's a lot of things that my wife knows about me, has learned about me, and respects what it is that I do, and I've had her on some of my music productions, right? I let her listen to different tracks and ask her thoughts on, you know, the beat, or ask her the thoughts on, the outcome of the song or the lyrics or something like that. So I keep her involved with that. I keep her involved with, like, we have this business together, this AleemForYou.net. So if you haven't had a chance, go to AleemForYou.net and check out our merchandise. If you forget that, just Google my name, Sabir Aleem, and you'll find everything. But she's aware of all those things. She's involved in all those things. She's generally interested in it. You know. So your time with a good man is valuable, and he wants to use it to create intimacy. Yeah. So for me, that's great, because I get it, and then we watch football together. It's a whole lot of stuff. A good man wants to know what you like and don't like, because, wait for it, he actually wants to make you happy. Yeah. Yeah. Making you happy is like first and foremost to me. I watch your moods. I know when there's something going on with you. Not necessarily anything bad, but I just know, I know the shift. I see the shift in your voice tone, attitude, watch your eyes. Yeah, all those kind of things. It's a good man, right? Preferences, your preferences, number 4 on that list. We're getting close to the hour. A good man wants to know what you like and don't like, because he actually wants to make you happy. Your happiness gives him pleasure. If you're wishy-washy or go with whatever he likes, thinking your accommodating nature will please him, you're setting yourself up for problems later when you start to feel resentment because your real needs aren't being met, right? A good man wants to meet your needs. He needs to meet them. He knows that meeting them is the key to maintaining a successful relationship. He knows that. He's also not afraid to say no, which means you don't need to worry about being too needy or demanding. If he can't do it or doesn't think it's wise or appropriate, he won't do it. He wants to please you, but only in ways that are healthy for each of you and for the relationship. And that's the key there. You need to know what healthy looks like to him. Then you need to look at what you have defined as being healthy in a relationship. Yes, I have boundaries. Yes, I will check some things. Yeah. If it don't look right, I'm going to listen. I don't care how long we've been together, how short we've been together. If I'm uncomfortable with something you said or did or didn't do or didn't say, I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to tell you that. I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm just sucking something up. I need to question it. I'm going to question it. If you have a problem with being questioned, if you have a problem with the fact that I say I don't trust people, I don't trust people, because human beings are not perfect, right? We fall prey to many things at any given time for many different reasons. I could have missed something. I want to be able to catch it before it gets where it don't need to be, because once it gets where it don't need to be, then it's over. So if I'm feeling like something that you've done, if something has happened, like, yo, what's happening with that? Right? And you decide that you want to get an attitude because you asked that. Hey, no, listen, I just want to be reassured of some things sometimes. We all want to be assured and reassured. But if you get offended because I'm asking, well, listen, I'm sorry I offended you, but I have to protect me first and foremost. Number 5, emotional health. Chances are a good man has been in one or more relationships with emotionally insecure or dysfunctional partners. These people have radar that shows them all the good men in a 100-mile radius. Yep, they got that seek and destroy mission. I'm going to go out and just destroy the good man. They seek out men who are patient and tolerant, who will put up with their crap, who won't walk away when things get tough because they love strongly and feel responsible for their partner's welfare and being. Yeah, well-being. I did all that. That's me. See, that just reinforces my good man position. Right? A good man who has some experience under his belt has learned to spot the warning signals and to be wary of the red flags. He doesn't want a rescue mission. He doesn't want to be your whipping post as you work through your anger over your shitty childhood. He'll take care of you when you're sick, hold your hand when you're lonely, offer his shoulder and his handkerchief, and I always carry a handkerchief, when you're flooding with tears, and pick you up when you fall to pieces. But he wants you to have your psychological act together before he gets serious with you. Yeah. Yeah. You need to get, and I'll go right to it. You need to start taking care of you. You need to get yourself right. Because if you ain't right, you're going to come right. You're going to come wrong with me, and I'm not going your way. We're going two different ways. You need to work on that. I'm not going to work on it with you. I'm patient. I'm tolerant. I'm not your counselor. I'm not. Go get help. Right? No drama. A good man treasures peace. That's the short one. If your life is all about the drama at work with your awful boss and catty colleagues, the drama with your parents or siblings with who you don't get along, the person on the subway or in the store who looked at you the wrong way, a good man is not having any part of that. Absolutely not. No games. Who's going to call first? How long should I wait to answer his text? Should I disappear for a few days to make him want me more? Ain't with all of that. Right? Ain't with all that. So wait a minute, let me stop there, because what to do is what we just got finished going into. So I want to go back to the no drama and the no games. That's under what not to do. So we covered today what to do. If you're courting a good man, these are the things you want to do. These are the, listen, this is what you do. You be honest. You be respectful, right? You state and look at preferences, and understanding that this is what the good man does. He prefers to take care of you. He prefers to see you happy. He want to make sure your needs are met, right? But you need to be honest again about what your needs are. Don't blindside me with stuff, right? Because I need to know if am I getting somebody off a gurney? Right? I need to know that. The emotional health of a good man, you need to know that. We're sharp, right? We're on top of things. We try to take care of ourselves, right? That's what we do. It's what we do. So we're going to, and the emotional health. I don't want no psychopath on my hands, man. I don't want somebody who's always drawing conflict and confrontation, get me in the middle of stuff and all that. Nah, man. I don't need the headache, right? So listen, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, join me for another episode of Side Spot. We're going to go into what not to do. What not to do if you are courting a good man. And this message is also for the good men, of the standards that you need to be setting in order for you to remain good or to get good. Because you ain't just good because you say you are. Because it's good women, right, to go with the good man. So you need to do some research as well, looking at, okay, so I need to set boundaries. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to say no. Because it sets for an unhealthy condition of that relationship. It makes you unhealthy when that kind of conduct is permitted. You got to say no. And sometimes you just got to walk away. You know, it's got, you got to say it like it's a wrap. No, nope, 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 nope. Gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. In the background, you listening to the beat from the song "God's in a Man's World," the title track for the album that'll be coming any day now. God's in a Man's World. Yeah. God's in a man's world. 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 Any day is coming. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host as always, Shabir Aleem. I'll see y'all tomorrow at 10. Peace.